Honorable members, I want to welcome you to this morning's sitting.
On Thursday, 27th July 2023, the House tasked the Ministry of Local Government to ensure that Local Council 1 and 2 elections are held following the extension of their term of office for 6 months, which had initially expired.
I beg to lay on table the statutory instrument number 63 of 2023, the local governments, in bracket, amendments of 3rd schedule, instrument 2023. I beg to lay.
Honorable members, after the initial extension of the affected local councils, the responsibility will rest squarely on this House, because it is this House that does appropriation. We need to appropriate money for the election of the local councils, and it is also a responsibility of this House that upon expiry, if no elections take place, it is this House to extend their term of office. So I want to urge the Minister, much as we're extending the term, much as you're laying the statutory instrument, let's have elections.
If you are saying that you are giving we are giving 180 days to see that these local councils are in place, can we get to know how we are going to see that this is really effective? Because according to the provisions made in this instrument, you are giving leeway that at any appropriate time, given the last part that is being put, that as long as it has become extremely difficult or impossible to conduct elections for the administrative unit councils. So isn't that an item that is being inserted that is open?
It's a form of legal engineering that this House must reject. If the minister wanted to extend the term of office of these local councils, in any case, Article 207 does not even envisage the powers of the minister for LCs. It only talks about local governments. It would be a commitment from finance to say we do not have money.
The Local Government Act, Section 175. Subsection 1 is clear. The minister may, by statutory instrument, which exactly is what I'm doing, make regulations for better carrying into effect the provisions of this act. The second one, the minister may, by statutory instrument, and with the approval of cabinet, amend, replace, alter, revoke any of the schedules provided under this act, and the minister shall not have power to delegate this function. I'm exactly doing what the law tells me to do.
Finance should provide money. Finance should provide money for the election of LOC 1s and 2s.
An amendment was made by this parliament to make the LOC 1 elections cheaper by lining in the backs of the people standing for office. Now that, Madam Speaker, we know that the money will be available, would it be procedural okay for the minister to tell us when he will be bringing the supplementary here so that we can approve funds very fast and then appoint the date for the elections?
Why should we start speaking about supplementary? We even have 3%, which can cover the elections.
In the sitting, Parliament directed that the Road Rehabilitation Development Grant should be managed by the Uganda Road Fund under the auspices of district roads committees.
During the financial year 2023-24, Government of Uganda allocated 1 billion Uganda shillings for each of the 135 districts, 10 cities, and 31 municipalities, with the intention of ensuring improved overall condition of the district, urban, and community access road network with a view of enhancing rural accessibility and working environment in urban areas. Although the guidelines mention the role of district road committees as to prioritize, consider, and approve work plans, as well as provide oversight role in ensuring that roadworks are executed as per the required quality and standards specified in the designs, the committee observes that there is a lack of clarity in the guidelines on the role of the district road committees in the entire implementation process of the fund. The committee recommends that if the status quo remains as it is, the role of the district road committee should be clearly spelled out right from planning, approvals, and the entire implementation process.
I am guiding and directing that the name of the grant be changed from road rehabilitation to road maintenance. Districts, cities, and municipalities are duly bound to ensure prudent and accountable utilization of the disbursed funds in line with approved guidelines under Uganda Road Fund Act 2008. The work plans for each district, cities, and municipalities must be duly approved by the respective road committees. A road fund committee.
The amendment of the Road Fund Act, I would the committee on physical infrastructure to fast track it so that there is no contradiction, and this will make implementation more clear and easy. Otherwise, the Ministry of Works, as the law it is, they will always have their say, and this will bring confusion, Right Honorable Speaker.
On this particular fund, wouldn't it be procedurally right for municipalities to be accorded an opportunity to discuss and use this money and monitor it from the municipal level?
The 1 billion will be given to each of the 135 districts, to each of the 10 cities, and to each of the 31 municipalities. However, a municipality is a lower local government in the district. Now, for harmony, and to make sure that when the district road is being rehabilitated or maintained, it is done together with the municipality. So to have, synergies, they don't take the money of the municipality.
The Committee on ICT and National Guidance will consider a petition by broadcasters on the directive to have all government advertising carried on Uganda Broadcasting Corporation and New Vision platforms only.
I received a petitions, the National Association of Broadcasters, regarding the government policy on business to private media houses, where all the work, all the adverts are supposed to only be given to one media house. From Uganda Manufacturers Association, regarding the challenges affecting the efficiency and effectiveness of the sugar sector, mainly arising from regulatory weaknesses on the part of the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. I hereby refer these petitions to the relevant committees. The one of the broadcasters will go to Committee of ICT, and the one of the manufacturers will go to the Committee of Trade.
Also during the sitting, the Speaker tasked the Committee on Finance to interface with existing microfinance institutions in regard to a statutory instrument describing their minimum capital requirements.
The Ministry seeks to increase the minimum paid-up cash capital requirement of the microfinance deposit-taking institutions from 25,000 currency points to 500,000 currency points. Enhancement of paid-up capital will enable banks to finance strategic development projects and sectors which are currently largely financed with external borrowing and domestic syndications due to the single obligor or limits restricted by low minimum capital requirements.
Small-scale MDIs may struggle to meet the stringent capital requirements, which could hinder their growth and expansion. As a result, the sector might become concentrated with the larger institutions dominating the market. Striking the right balance in setting capital requirement is crucial to enabling a stable and inclusive microfinance sector that benefits both the institution and the communities they serve. Let this requirement be raised from 500 million to 2 billion.
It is in the interest of this economy and in the interest of the banks themselves that they have a sound base, which is the capital. If you are going to do business, there is business that is done by the strong people, and the strength is in business is nothing else but the capital.
We already have a bad precedent in this country. The cost of credit is very high. If we make the capital requirement very high, we shall be closing out more new players. If we allow new players to come into the market, we shall create the cost of credit lower because of competition.
The methodology, the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development was consulted. Bank of Uganda was consulted. FINCA was not consulted. The stakeholders were not consulted. I am going to defer this, and the committee goes back to consult the stakeholders.
In the sitting, the House granted leave to Honorable Asuman Basalirwa to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Anti-Counterfeiting Bill.
Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to move a motion seeking leave of this august House to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Anti-Counterfeit Bill. Right Honourable Speaker, this motion is moved under Articles 94, Clause 4 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Rules 56, 121, and 122 of the Rules of Procedure.
As we all know, there is a lot of imitation of products and services, which often, like what you're talking of poison, that may be just some counterfeit foods, which is affecting various institutions. I put a question that this House grants leave to Honorable Asuman Basalirwa to introduce a private member's bill entitled the Anti-Counterfeit Bill. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The ayes have it. I now adjourn the House to Tuesday, 15th August.